This is the oxtail. I've washed 3 times with lime and vinegar. I use lime and vinegar. I use the organic. I use rice vinegar. That's the oxtails washed. These are the seasonings I'm using. I'm using the bay leaves, garlic powder, complete Saison seasoning, Lawry's, adobe, black pepper, browning season. That's all the seasonings that I'm using. But that's the oxtails right there, clean. Get ready to season in a minute. I'm also gonna got some ginger, garlic that I'm gonna mince up, red bell pepper, onion, and I'm gonna cut up. I'm gonna put it in there and let it marinate with that in the seasoning. This is the garlic and ginger I minced up in here. I'm gonna put half of it in here, and I'm gonna save the rest for when I start cooking. So now I'm about to season. I already put 3 bay leaves in there already. Put garlic powder. I love garlic, so garlic don't hurt. Little complete seasoning. A little bit of Lawry's seasoning salt. Not a lot. I don't like a lot of sodium. Adobe all-purpose seasoning. Not a lot. Pepper. Black pepper. And I'm also gonna put the browning grease in there. And I'm gonna let that marinate for like maybe an hour or 2. I'm gonna stir it up and let it marinate for like an hour or 2. This is what it looks like after I've stirred everything up. And I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator for covered with wrap and come back in an hour or 2 after it's been marinated. Be back. Okay, I put a little palm oil in the pan to let that melt and get hot, and then I'm gonna put the oxtails in there. The grease is getting hot. That's what it's looking like. I'm gonna let that sit in there. I'm gonna cover it. Let it sit in there for like 20 minutes, checking it, stirring it, making sure it's good on a medium heat. Not a high heat, a medium heat. And let it sit there. Let it cook like that. Cook down till it get nice and tender. If you need to add water to it in the meantime, or add some stock or something to it in the meantime, you can do it if it gets dry. Alright, we'll be back. So this is the first check after 15 minutes of cooking on medium. It's brown, but it's still cooking. It's still a little tough. See? Fork can't go through it. You want it to be fork tender. Fork tender. So I gotta cook that some more. So I'm gonna let it sit, cover it up again, and as the water gets lower, I'll add more water to it. But yeah, be back. Third time checking. Look, the water has went down. This is down. is actually browning. You see that goodness at the bottom? The goodness at the bottom is going to be good once you put I put more water in it. Put more water in it, and that goodness is, that's what the goodness is, but I need to put the water in there. So I'll be back when I put the water in there. Hey guys, I'm back. So while that's cooking down, I also cut up the rest of the onion and the red bell pepper, and I added potato in, and that's I'm gonna put this in. I don't want the vegetables to be too tender, so I'm gonna add that into that once that cooks down to where I need it to be. Fork when the fork goes through it, fork tender. If it's fork tender, then I add this in there, let it maybe cook for maybe another 10 minutes, and then this should be done. And I'll be back because I'm gonna make some rice to go under. Alright, this is me adding the water. I'm gonna let that cook down. Alright, this is the third check. Oh, that's that aroma, that smell. Whew, wish I could smell this. I can tell it's still a little bit on the tough side, not tender yet. Getting there, not quite. So yeah, it's getting there, but not quite. They're almost getting tender. I need it fork tender. So I'm just gonna add some water, let it simmer some more, and we'll be back. All right, let's see where we at. Just where I expected. Don't worry, it looks like it's burnt, but it's not burnt. It's just brown. That browning do that. You can brown it on your own without putting that browning sauce in there, but I just like the taste of the browning sauce and all this goodness down here at the bottom. I'm telling you, this aroma in here, I want to eat it right now, but it ain't ready. So I'm just gonna add more water. I'm gonna add a lot more water this time because it's close to where I need it to be. And then I'm gonna add the veggies back to it too. These was the chopped up red peppers, onions, and seasoning from earlier. And actually potato in there too. That's gonna help thicken up the gravy. I'm gonna add it to that, and then we'll go from there. So that's what it looks like with the veggies added. I'm gonna add more water, and I'm gonna let that simmer down. And I'll be back. And I got some lima beans I'm gonna add. They already cooked there in the can. With butter beans, I use butter beans. I'm gonna add that at the end, like 5 minutes close to it being finished. I'm back with the final potatoes cooked down. So now I added some broccoli in there, and I added the peas in there as well with the beans, the lima beans in there as well. So So now I'm just gonna leave it uncovered and I'm gonna let it cook down. Let the water, the gravy cook down a little bit more to make it a little bit more thicker. And then we good for business. Let me see how tender this meat is. Oh, that's tender. By the time that that's tender. By the time that gravy cook a little bit more, it's gonna be real tender. All right, I'll be back with the final finish. And this is how it looks plated up and ready to eat. Till next time, catch you on the next video.